Yes guys, what is happening, and welcome back to another episode of Tryb Talks. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, wherever you're watching this or listening to this. And we are in a different environment. As we know from the last video, we are in Spain. And again, it's so relevant for the topic of this conversation, which is going to be about your environment and how important that is for yourself, the people that you hang around, what you take in, what you listen to, where you sit and work, where you run your business from, whatever it may be. Your environment is absolutely key for your success. So let's break it down into two sections. Let's talk about a physical environment and let's talk about a online environment, let's say. So physical environment, let's start there. Is your environment where you're at right now serving you? And this could be down to your workspace, you know, where you sit and work, the people you hang around with in work, your social group, your friends, where you're going to the gym, where you're going for your runs, your walks. Is this all serving you? And this might seem very like, well, what's wrong with where I run, or what's wrong with where I go to the gym? And I want you to think about it this way, is that I know when I go into a gym, if I enjoy that environment and if I don't enjoy that environment. If I go into a JD, for example, sometimes, you know, there's a lot of people in there who I get a little bit of anxiety from, or I don't like this, like the look of the gym, or whatever it may be. I'm not going to want to go there. Whereas if I go to a gym where it's full of inspiring people, they smile, they let on, they help if they need to, I want to go more towards that gym. So obviously that's going to then lead to you going there more, which is going to lead to more consistency, which is going to lead to more results, as you can see there. Same with your running. So this is something on a personal level, is like finding a place to run. If you run the same place every single time and it's pissing down rain, and it's, you know, what you're looking at is not very nice, or you're on a treadmill and you're looking at a wall, it's going to be very difficult to run. Whereas if you get out in a new environment, you might go to somewhere nice like Sefton Park, or to the countryside, or on a trail, and you run there, you're going to enjoy it a lot more. And that's just due to the surroundings that you've got. There's things to look at, there's things to take in. It's not just four walls, and it's not just, you know, running down the same road and trying to dodge cars. So your environment physically really, really matters. Same with like your working space. So if you know from these YouTube videos, my office is painted grey because I like dark colours. It's got my logo in there, it's got light, it's got art, it's got computers, it's got loads of technology, and that is because when I go into that office, it makes me want to work. And the reason for that is I've got all this capability, I've got a space where I can really focus, really get productive, go into a flow state. And that's important for me. And sometimes that doesn't happen. You might see me talk about this maybe a little bit more on the likes of Instagram, is I'll take myself to a coffee shop if I'm not feeling productive in the office. And that's because you have to change your environment. So you have to make sure that your environment is working in line with what you want. So I go into the office sometimes, I'm like, do you know what, I just can't focus. I find myself picking up my phone, I find myself going on YouTube or Googling stuff. And sometimes I've got to take myself out that environment, take me somewhere new, like a coffee shop, don't take me charger, and I know that I've got 3-4 hours of solid work in a coffee shop that I can go and get done. So that's where your environment massively matters, which I want you to really, really think about. Number two, and this is the most important one in my opinion, is your online environment. So what are you taking in? So number one, we've got the obvious one, which is social media. Are the people that you are following serving you? Are the things that you see on social media serving you? Or is it constantly about comparison? Is it constantly about putting you down because someone's got more money and someone's in better shape, or someone's on the other side of the world and they've got a day off? Whatever it is that serving you? Is that giving you inspiration, or is it giving you a little bit of anxiety to think that your life's not the way it should be, or you know, you find yourself constantly comparing? That's number one. Number two is, what are you listening to? When you're driving in the car, when you're getting up in the morning, what are you taking in? A story that I've got is when I used to live with my mum's, obviously for most of my life, every single morning I'd come downstairs if she was up before me, and she'd have the news on. And I'd tell her to turn that shit off. It's because I don't want to know all the negative stuff that's going on in the world at the moment that I wake up, the moment that I'm getting myself ready for the day, the moment that I'm having my breakfast. And I dealt with that for years because I used to sit in the kitchen, have a coffee, have my breakfast, and it used to put me in a proper downer. Whereas as soon as I moved out, I didn't take in the news. I don't even know what's going on in the news because I don't even check, because
I don't need to know. If I don't need to know, like, you know, oh, you don't care about what's going on in the world. I do care, but I don't need to see it because it's not doing me any favours. If I look at, you know, constant wars going on and this is happening and tsunami this and hurricane this, it just depresses me. And again, you might feel exactly the same when you're driving in your car. So are you listening to podcasts? That's why I listen to podcasts every time I drive. That's why I listen to podcasts sometimes in the gym or when I'm running, is because they're the things that I want to be inspired by. I can pick what I'm listening to, and it's usually about personal development, it's usually about business, it's usually about fitness. Like, just I am boring with the 3 things that I enjoy. Whereas Abby, for example, would happily listen to, all she listens to is murder podcasts, and like, you know, not like people getting murdered, but like, you know, the story behind it, and like people getting lost at sea and being found, and all these different stories, and that's a thing, that's what she likes to do. So is it serving you? So just think about that, and just take a second to think about, is my physical environment serving me? Is my mental or online environment serving me as well? And just really think about that. And again, this links to why the power of community is so important, and why Tryb is so important for what we do and the community that we've got, why it's so vital for our clients to be involved in that, is because people are inspired. Going back to the last episode about Ubuntu, people are inspired. People see people doing things that they want to do. People can see people stepping out their comfort zone, signing up for races, leaving their job, starting a business, losing body fat, whatever it is, they can see it. And what is the odds of them doing exactly the same? It's obviously going to be a lot higher. And again, it's cliche, but you are, you know, what's to say? You are, you know, tell me your friends and I'll tell you your future type thing, in terms of you are, what's the word? If you had a group of 5 people around you, I can probably tell you that you're going to be the 6th. So the people that you surround yourself is massively important. And what I mean by people is not just physical, not just friends, not just colleagues, but what you're doing online and what you're doing as a community and what you're taking in. So I really want you to think about that. And again, overview this is why we are here. This is why I wanted to try this, is because I've noticed this year is that the weather doesn't help me be more productive, more happier, more fulfilled, less anxious, less stressed, and I wanted to try that out, and that's why we've decided to come over here for 5 weeks. Is that we've got the opportunity to do so because Abby can work fully remotely, obviously I can as well, so we thought, why not jump at the chance to change our environments? And it's not a holiday. I reiterate this, is I don't like to sit in the sun all day and do nothing. Like, this is why I'm recording this video in the bedroom when it's 30 degrees outside, is because this is what I like to do. But this environment allows me to get more clear, get new ideas, really focus on what I want and my fulfillment, and less stress and less anxiety. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. But I've already found straight away since being here that I've came up with new ideas. I'm getting help off someone who I've been looking at for a while. You know, I find myself having more energy. I've been going to the gym a lot more and training a lot harder. I've been eating a lot better. Just being generally a lot happier, and that's just due to the environment that I'm in. And as I said, I'm lucky that I can do this, but it's massively thinking about my perception of, where do I want to live? Is this the type of life that I want to live, or could I live somewhere else, or whatever it is? All them questions start to pop up because it matters that much. So overview of that, your environment is massively important, both physically and online. If you're not in a good community or you're not surrounded by good people, we try and create an environment for you to thrive in, and that's what we do with Tryb. And again, any questions, you know where to find me. Drop it in the comments, drop me a DM on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and obviously share it if you can. So yeah, catch you in the next one, guys, but hope you found that useful.